So he was okay with the feet, and then he was okay with watching me do the neck. Like he did one of the feet, and then I did the neck for him because that's the hard part. And then I showed him the crop and how you're supposed to loosen it. And then once we got to the butt part, we were supposed to like pull the booty portion, like the skin and the membrane and everything. You're supposed to then cut, and then once you open up the cavity, that's when he was like, oh. And I'm like, you have to make your hand like a duck and put it in there, and then you spread your fingers and you pull it all out.
He didn't love that.
No, he started putting his hand in there. He's like, it was so slimy. And then, what was it? I got all of it out except for the heart. And then all of a sudden he was like, oh, is that the heart in there? I'm like, yeah, you can go get it. He's like, no thanks. Yeah. But it was fun.
What an experience.
Yeah, he was all about it.
This chicken butchering day had begun many hours earlier, and while I'm excited to be in the Ozarks, and I really am looking forward to getting into doing all of the homesteady things, I just wasn't ready at 7 o'clock in the morning to be elbows deep in a chicken carcass. So I did have some errands to run in town related to purchasing our house and getting the remodel started on the house. So I went and did those things, and then I came back in the afternoon to help get the chickens bagged up and shrink wrapped. And while we're doing that, we're just chit-chatting about life and about things of our faith and discussing how the fellowship went that we had attended the previous day. And it was just a totally enjoyable time. So after the birds had been sent to their creator, they went for a nice bath in this icy water trough. And what we're doing here is just pulling them out and setting them on a rack to drip dry before we put the bags on. And it's just in doing this simple task that the Father just really drove home to me that I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. This is exactly the thing I wanted to be doing with the kind of people that I wanted to do things with. And it's so interesting because the people that we've met in this area, many of them are not native to this area, and they're transplants, most of them, like what Josh and I are, and like what Rachel and Andrew are. And they all are kind of telling similar stories about how they were feeling led to come to this area. And I just find it really interesting. It is sort of a mystery about what is exactly pulling people of our faith to this area. And the other interesting piece is the stories that they're telling us are so close to what Josh and I have experienced, where we were so kind of fried on our lifestyle back home, where really our life revolved around work. And that's the story that people are telling us, that they all were looking for a way out of that. And many of them, including us, were willing to do some sacrifices with our lifestyle. For instance, we have slashed our income by more than half. And the house that we're going to be moving in is a third of the square footage of the house we left in Wisconsin. And that is intentional and it's purposeful because we're looking to have a smaller footprint, and we're looking to not be overrun by bills and by maintaining a lifestyle that forces both of us to just work nonstop. And so that's our story, and we think it's unique, but it's a shared story from so many that we have talked to down here. And I do realize that people watching, maybe not everyone is in a position to be able to slash their income in half or more and move 660 miles away, but you're also like feeling that you're wanting to just make changes in your life. And I just encourage you, just start thinking about it. We didn't think that this was going to be a reality for us, and it didn't happen overnight. We started planning for this many months in advance, and it didn't come easy. But if you're interested and you really want to gain freedom for your life, to do the things that you've dreamt about doing, but you can't because your bandwidth isn't enough to support a full-time job and pursuing your dreams, I just encourage you, just start considering it. If you're a person of faith, ask the Father what his plan is for your life. And if he wouldn't maybe help you to achieve your dreams, God wants good things for you too.